Hi, well, in this video, you're going to see me continuing the pickup object exercise with jacks. Now, here, during this exercise, you're going to see a progression from a couple days ago, okay, where it was very much just keeping it very simple, so that way I can begin to shape this so that you begin to reach down and pick them up from the floor, which he's doing now. And so here what you're going to see me do is continue to build expectations so that the positions themselves are getting more solid. So for example, we want the dog to be to stay in right relationship. So for example, the owner is sitting down, they drop something. You don't want the dog going way off course. Of course, sometimes the dog may end up off course a little bit just because they may have more difficulty picking up the object. Okay, but again, you want to make it so it's holding together really well. So even if when they come out at a certain distance, say getting the object, you give them the command to come right back. While continuing to hold the object in their mouth, when you give them the command to release the object, and then give you the object. So, but here, I'm starting to firm up the positions. Okay, so what I'm doing is everything, I'm actually shaping the behavior. So for example, is when he gets the object, I'm bringing him up into the sit position while getting him to keep the object in his mouth, okay? And again, to make it so that it all comes together properly. So you'll hear me incentivizing him at times, saying, you know, good boy. Okay, when he's, so I'm marking that for better behavior. And at the same time, I'm also, you know, still bringing him under influence, okay, to make sure it's about right relation, make sure that he understands that I'm in control of what is happening, that I own that object, that he's getting it for me or for the owner, and helping this all line up. Again, I'm using various objects here. You'll see me switching from different sizes, and again, I'm using the glove material. Again, he's had problems with in the past with wanting to take a hold of certain fabrics and not release them. So again, so you see him holding an object. It's always a good sign when he's starting to let it go. Just the same as the other objects, so we're working on this as well. So we'll just get him be able to pick up different sizes and different shapes of objects. And again, the idea is to cover off so that you don't have to cover every single object out there. Okay? You cover off in such a way that it will cover off everything else. So you just hit the big ones and the small ones, and basically you cover off enough of them, and then make sure the script is holding together, that the motives are aligning. So again, when I do this exercise, it's about making sure we're doing it when the motives have aligned. Okay, it's about fixing the control issues first, to understand who's in control of what. Because again, this is why you know, first a dog will take something, say, and they want to covet it, they don't want to release it. Well, in this case, it's about him understanding that no, I own that object, and that it has to you know, come back to me. Okay, so it's not a possessive state that way. It's a conditional state, okay, which means that, you know, he's in a follower script, okay. So again, it's understanding how to, through the relational method, how to build that script in such a way that it's going to come together properly, so that it's not going to hold together just in the training environment, okay. You see a lot of service dogs, people will incentivize and understand, separate the process to what it is. It's a relational changing process. Try to treat it like a learning-based exercise. That's why everything starts falling to pieces in the real world, because the motives haven't aligned. The dog is still in control, and you know, you're at the restaurant somewhere and you drop something, the dog either won't pick it up at all, or they pick it up and they want to go back, or you're scrambling up for treats to try to incentivize the dog to do what you want. Now here it's about regulation. No matter where you're at, you drop something, I give the command, the dog's going to pick it up, give it to me, or in this case the owner, no matter what the situation is. That's what you want. That's what this whole exercise is built on. That's what the method's built on, and that's how this is all starting to come together as well. So anyway, I'm going to bring him out. Just want to explain it first, so that way when I'm doing certain things, you can have somewhat of an idea of what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I'm building it. So here, the same thing, expectations, so they align in such a way that it's always about the dog being successful. Okay, so even here, when you see an object on the floor, You know, if he's trying to use his paw to get it, or he's trying to do certain things, he's trying to covet that object, you know, I have to break him under influence at certain times to shape it to make sure that, again, I'm making sure he understands, no, I'm in control, and I'm bringing him up with the leash, and I'm making sure I'm bringing that position together, the sit position, and then getting him to release it. So certain things I'm going to do that at times to kind of impose the method on him to make sure that it's in the right relationship. Okay, so as you see me do it, I'm watching carefully to make sure he understands that I'm in control, and so I'm looking at his state of mind as he's doing this and making the adjustments. Okay, so that's what you see me doing at times. With this, again, I'll be rewarding, but the reward is based off of, it is motivating him, but I'm doing it in the right sequence. So at this level, it's a motivator, but it's in the right relationship. Okay, it's not control issues going on here. Okay, so again, I'm gonna bring him out. You're gonna see me working the exercise. Again, he's on a flat collar for this exercise. Yeah, bring him right in position. Really good position. Continue to work the method really well. Tap the leash at times, so I want to make sure that his attention's on me as I do this. Start off with a larger pipe and put it down on the floor. And you watch this exercise compared to the last video, you're going to see a big difference here. But again, I'm not going to tell him he's looking at me, and then I'm going to give him. Get it. Boy, go boy, go boy. Out. Boy. So here, I let it kind of play over here a little bit. Kind of real life stuff. The object or whatever is falling on the floor. Again, use his paw a little bit. That could be okay depending on the circumstances, so long as he's not trying to possess it, chew all over it, cover it. So again, I'm going to do this again. Get it. Good boy, good boy, good boy. See? Out. Good boy. So there what I did was I helped him in it a little bit so that, I'll make sure that it's going directly into his mouth a little bit. Okay, so here I'll do that a little bit just to make sure that I'm communicating to him that, if he can get it, it's in the right position, what the expectations are. So it's kind of a test, okay? So there's times that, he has difficulty of getting something, okay, to make sure that, his state of mind is good. So there's times I'm going to make it easier so that I can actually assess the level at which he's trying to possess it. Again, and then I was going to bring him right up. Because I know that, it's in the middle of his mouth and bring him right up. So I'm going to do it again. Not tell my command. Again, this cleans it up too. Make sure it's through me. Get it. Good boy. Out. Out. So there's the same thing. Letting it play a little bit. He gets it. Okay. Brings it up. And what I'm doing is as soon as he has a hold of it, I'm starting to bring him up. Okay, I'm not letting him kind of linger down there and bring him up. I'm going to do it again. Bring him in a little bit. Hit. Good boy. Out. Good boy. That was perfect. Okay, you saw that? Took it to the center, brought it right up. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to end on a good note for this one. Okay, we're going to move to the next one. I'm going to do something, this one's smaller. Okay, it's thinner. And so we're going to do this one. Same thing, just patient. I don't want him to go, I want him to see on me first, my attention. Get it. Good boy. Out. Good boy. Good boy. Now, if it's like really good like that, I'm going to reward him more. It's called jackpotting, okay? He did really well, okay? Right up, center of his mouth. Excellent. Of course, I had to help in the, breaking them up, because again, I'm starting to build this, but I'll do it one more time here. Flex the leash a little tension on me. Get. Out. So I think a good boy for that one. You notice he was trying to cover it down a little bit. So what you do is when that's happening, lift his paws. He wants to possess, wants to stay down there. Is just to lift him up. He'll want to keep it in his mouth anyway, and then bring him up and then get him to release it. Okay, so doing really good. First one on that one was better. Okay, we'll do one more of that. Just to see if I can get a little, if I can get one like the first one with this one. So we'll see. Tap a little bit first. I want his attention here. Hit. Out. Perfect. Good boy. Good boy. So, that was great. Okay, so that was really, I couldn't expect better. Okay, that was really, really good. Centered in his mouth. Got it off the floor, right up in the position. That was great. Now here we're going to use a different pipe. This one is small, but it's big enough that he's not going to choke on it. So just be careful. If you're using different sizes and you don't want to have to take your dog to some sort of emergency situation, make sure the pipe is small. Make sure it's big enough. You're not going to get down his throat, okay, when you start this exercise. So this pipe is big enough, so we're not going to have a problem, okay? So this pipe gets smaller, it's bigger, just different. So again, we're going to work this exercise in a second. Same thing, want to tap a little bit. Get his attention on me, tap the leash. Get it. Out. Out. Very good. Really good. And do this one more time. This one. Yeah. Again, one good position. So impulse control. Tap a little bit. Again, want his attention on me first. Tap the leash here a little bit. Good. Out. Boy. Good boy. No petting for that. Did a good job. So that was good. That was great. Small one. Going through all these. Now I'm going to do the bigger one before we go to the glove. So this is the big one. A little awkward because this has, this is a valve adjuster for a sprinkler system. Never use this part, so it's clean and all that. But again, this is a little more awkward because it has different little layers to this, so it's not just one straight piece. It's kind of designed in a way that makes it a little more awkward for him. So I'm going to do this one too. Hit. Out. Good boy. Good boy. Really good. Now a little trick here, okay? To get him to do it is even if they're possessive of it, okay, as they feel you're starting to bring them up, in their desperation, you're using that possessiveness against them, they're going to want to hold it, okay? So you take advantage of that. So the dog is a little bit has control issues with something, you're working it out, okay? But I'm bringing them up, so I'm starting to switch the control to me. But I'm using his possessiveness against him, so to speak. But again, don't let him hover there, okay? As soon as that starts grabbing it, get him up. That's, in his mouth a certain way. And then you can adjust it too. So coming up, if it needs to be more centered, then you can make that adjustment and you can reward. So you can put a little bit of pressure because again, you want to adjust these so that it's somewhat in the middle, okay? So he's when he goes for something, he's going to go for more the middle of the object. So did very well there. We'll do it one more time with the large object. Hit. out, good boy. It's good. So we've gone through those. Now, we're going to do the glove. Now, this will be easy because he had major control issues with fabric, but again, so on the other side of things, it's more of making sure he releases it. So some things you know you're not going to have trouble with because if they definitely going after certain materials or certain things, then it's going to be an easy exercise. You want to get it anyway, but again, put it on the floor. But then this is where you want to make sure you tap, right, on extension. Tap again a little bit. Get it. So same thing. I'm going to start to rise them up here. Out, out, out. Be good. So he's letting it go pretty good. I mean, it's, he's understanding. I've worked with him a little bit already, even with the owners, okay, because he really possessive to the owners. So I've been doing this pick up object exercise with the owners, okay, which is this thing about align, making sure this aligns with the owners as well. So put this on the ground for one more time. Again, just want to make sure he's with me first. In a good way. Tap a little bit. Okay, look at me a little bit here. Get it. Again, start to pick him up. Out. Hey, out. 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 So there, okay, is a good example of me pushing on his back a little bit to help to push the brakes back a little bit so he releases. So if the dog doesn't want to release something, they want more control of it, okay? You can push on their back, but you have to one-hand that. Typically I do the push and pull, okay, and I have, one hand free and clear. In this case, because I have to manipulate the object, but you can still push back with your fingers, okay, and do it that way, okay? Or just do the actual push and pull and just have it drop on the floor if he's really into it. We're going to do it one more time. Get it. Again, I'm going to start to bring them up right away. Out. 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 So, believe it or not, quick deep in his mouth, but I hold it that tight, okay? And again, it all lines up, it all gets better as you do it. So anyway, overall, really, really well. Okay, it's doing really good considering this is just phase 2. Okay, so we have a whole week of phase 2 left to go. And then we have phase 3, which is another 2 weeks with me. So this stuff is going to just keep getting better and better and better and better and better. So considering I just started this object exercise just a few days ago. So he's getting it right off the floor, he's bringing it up, he's releasing it, and then it's just going to keep moving forward. It's going to get better and better and better. So we're doing really good. I'm very happy with the exercise, how it's been going with him. So again, this is about just moving forward, and expectations go higher and higher, but again, he's doing really well. So thanks for watching.